And I gave that a lot of attention. I focused on that feeling. I even put it into practice, going to places and showing up. Some things, you know, at the top of the show, yeah, we talked about maybe, you know, what would it be like if I explored something, if I expressed myself in a different way, if I give attention to this feeling of aliveness, for whatever that means for me and for whatever that means for you. And everyone in this room has a different level of aliveness and a different level of creativity. And once you give attention to that and let go of the control of your thinking that stops you being in that space. And the next one was accumulate. So how, for me, and I say this every week, accumulate was like quantum, it was like good and bad. And over the years, I accumulated a hell of a lot of concern, a hell of a lot of catastrophic thinking, a hell of a lot of worry, a hell of a lot of anxiety. I accumulated a lot of that. But the reason it's in this position is because once I let go of them concerns, once I let go of the control, and once I let my feelings influence the new and fresh things that were going to come into my life, that weren't fear-driven, that were free will, that were decisions made of, how does this make me feel now? And the momentum I got from that, when I accumulated new and fresh ideas, the momentum you get, you don't need motivation, the momentum you get from just rolling from one good feeling to another and accumulating that, just led to my insight. And that takes us into the authentic. And for me, my insight was that I was deserved of being alive and showing up in this world and having the massive abundance of what life can offer if I don't live my life on a postage stamp, which is what I was doing for years, living my life on a postage stamp and letting people, and I say this, I was like a puppet on strings, and people would push me from one side, whether it be relationships or jobs or whatever it might be, situations just pushing you, and your feet weren't touching the ground. My authentic came to me, it was being grounded.